room today to share their joy as they accept this wondrous gift. As we begin, I want to express an important fact about marriage that has been true since Adam and Eve. The gift of marriage is a covenant between two people and God. It is not a contract. That's a tricky but important distinction. Now, Webster defines a covenant as a usually formal, solemn, and binding agreement. And good old Merriam-Webster defines a contract as a binding agreement between two or more persons or parties. Now that seems identical, but it's not. It's very, very different. The nature of a covenant very much separates it. Biblically speaking, in a covenant, you're giving yourself to one another selflessly. Always growing in this, like salvation. It's a daily letting go of self for love and for the sake of someone else. However, in a contract, it's quid pro quo, lawyer talk. There's entitlement and expectation attached. A covenant is a far more beautiful arrangement. And that's what we're here for today. Now, I know that a lot of us have known these two for a very long time. After a bit of pondering, when they asked me to do this, I decided I would share a bit of my history with Ted and Katrinka. I first met Ted when I was a wee lad of 8 years old, back in 1988. I was neck deep into sports, and he was the smart, red-headed, uber-competitive, best pal of my big cousin, basically big brother, Mike. Ted fit right into the Rudabaugh family, competitive from the start. Now, this was when Nintendo first came out, if anybody would remember that. And they came out with the Power Pad. Now, there are videos that I could show you of chunky young Ted pitter-pattering and leaping in our basement. It was magic. But we would play world-class track meet. We'd play every sport you could dream of, especially table tennis, or in the winter we'd make a sport out of going sledding. Everything was competition. How fast, how far could you go? It was insane. Later on in life, we enjoyed sharing obsessions of disc golf and tasting craft beers. And since their meeting, he shared his love for Katrinka with us and our family. And we're thankful for that. And as suspected, in getting to know more and more of Katrinka in recent years, she's proven herself to be very kind and smart and encouraging, true, thoughtful, in short, a keeper. When it comes to marriage, I've been very blessed. I've just celebrated 10 years of marriage with my wife, and my parents just celebrated 40 years of marriage. And anyone that's been around them got to witness some really neat things. One of those was a really tangible picture of a good marriage and how it should look. My parents are best friends. They do everything together. They go everywhere together. They really like to be together. And being married, to them, that means a true joint life. And when I saw how Ted and Katrinka shared their life as best friends, I knew that this was destined to be. And this day would be coming soon. Indeed. So now as they're becoming connected through the bond of marriage, because of the confidence that I have, I could not be happier to stand here with them today celebrating their love. Now, many of you literature people will know this. I'm not that smart, but I do know this quote. This is a Robert Frost quote. He said, "Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired." And it sounds super clever and poetic, but it's so selfish, and love that works can't be about you. Love is a great choice. It's a high calling. In fact, Jesus said that loving God and loving people is the two top things a person can do in this life. The Apostle Paul famously painted a really challenging and thorough picture of love done well. He said, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends." Now, I know all of us have heard this a million times at every wedding you've been to, ever. But it's really interesting if you make it a checkpoint for you, and you can test how you're loving each other, your individuals, your loved ones, your friends. When you read through that sometime, think about it. Am I patient? Am I kind? Am I envious or boastful? Am I arrogant or rude? Do I insist on my own way? Am I irritable or resentful? This is a checking point for all of us. This thinking of this definition of love. This love checkup is something that we can all use from time to time. Which Solomon, speaking of time, he wrote, "For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance." That's later. Solomon went on to say that God has made everything beautiful in its time, and this is a beautiful time for you guys. So let's get really serious and use official names. Are you ready? Do you, Theodore Lee, take Catherine Katrinka to be your wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness or in health, to love, to cherish, for as long as you both shall live?
I do, and I will.
And you, Catherine Katrinka, take Ted to be your wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness or in health, to love and to cherish as long as you both shall live?
I do, and I will.
Ted and Katrinka have prepared vows, which they will now read.
My sweet Lady Catherine, almost 6 years ago, we met for the very first time. During our first evening together, we shared our thoughts about how we saw the role of man and wife. Little has wavered in our views since, and today, I forever vow to be the man I claimed I would be that glorious first night. I promise to be a tireless provider and an ever-vigilant protector to you. But apart from those basic roles, I stand before you committed to be your best friend. This role was one we did not foresee that first night, but one that has strongly developed through our time together. I promise to love with you, laugh with you, and cry with you, and to spend as much time with you simply enjoying life. I vow to share a collective goal, to submit, yes, I said submit, to submit to us, to put us above all else, to seek the best interests for us to the best of my abilities. Together, I'm able to see the world in the entire spectrum of colors, where before I only saw black and white. I thank God for the gift He has bestowed upon us. I still recall your wish that first night 6 years ago, to find someone who would walk hand in hand with you deep into your golden years. Well, you already have my heart, but here is my hand. I offer it so that you can walk beside me as my best friend and lover, today, tomorrow, and forevermore.
I find it hard to believe
I got you.
that we're standing here. We thought about this for months. And there was that very first day you put a ring on my finger. I thought about and dreamt about this day, standing here. So as we were going through the list and getting prepared for this day, I checked off every event, everything off my list, and then I finally came to my vows. Being typical me, I began writing my vows like I thought most people do. I started Googling for ideas, going to Pinterest, and trying to find the best things I could find and make it sound really great. And then the other morning it hit me as I was laying there wide awake in bed, not able to sleep because, yes, you were snoring. And all I could do was laugh. But I was laughing at myself because I was searching through everybody else's words to find those perfect words, and to find what I need to say to you today. And all I needed to do was look at my heart and look in my heart. Because lying there beside me was my heart. You're my inspiration. And all I needed to do was look at you and look at us to figure out what I needed to say. You're the first and the last face I want to see as I start and end each and every day. From the moment our paths crossed, you have surprised me, captivated me, distracted me, and challenged me in a way no human being ever has. I have fallen in love with you again and again, countless times without reservation, and I still cannot believe today that I get to stand here before all of our friends and family and marry my best friend. I can't promise you there will not be dark clouds and there will not be bad days. I cannot promise you that tomorrow will be perfect or that life will be easy, but I can promise you my everlasting devotion, my loyalty, respect, and unconditional love for you for a lifetime. I can promise you that I will always be here for you, to listen and to hold your hand, and I'll always do my best to make you happy and make you feel loved. I promise to be true to you, to uplift you and support you, to frustrate and challenge you, to share with you beautiful moments of life, and someday, if the stars align just oh so perfectly, I might even let you win an argument, and I might cheer for the Steelers, if you're lucky. But don't push your luck. Don't push it. But no matter what trials we encounter together, or how much time has passed, I know that our love will never fade, and we will always find strength in one another, and we will continue to grow side by side. I can promise you that I will willingly be your protector, advisor, counselor, friend, family, your everything, from this day forward, now and forever.
Now, Ted and Katrinka have chosen to exchange rings as a symbol of their commitment. So you have rings, folks. Marvelous. Ted, my friend, my brother, we're in the home stretch. Place the ring on Katrinka's left ring finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
To love and honor you as long as we both shall live.
To love and honor you as long as we both shall live.
Katrinka, place the ring on Ted's left ring finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
To love and honor you as long as we both shall live.
To love and honor you as long as we both shall live.
Let us all pray. Heavenly Father, we come together today thankful for this amazing gift you've given, the miracle of two becoming one in marriage. You compare earthly marriage with the relationship between Jesus and his church. The sacrificial love that marriage requires is a challenging and holy endeavor. Please give them grace as they continue their lifelong choice to love one another, and give us, their friends and family, grace to be a steady hand to encourage them and help them along the way through any challenges that they may face. And God, we ask all these things in Christ Jesus' holy name. Amen. All right. Katrinka, Ted, you have declared before all of us that you will live together in marriage. You have promised your love and devotion to one another in a sacred manner. And this is now symbolized by the rings that you wear. By the power vested in me by God and man, I pronounce you husband and wife. Ted, you may kiss your bride. One. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for Mr. Theodore Lee and Mrs. Catherine Katrinka Rinder. Will